Good day, I'm Twyla Whelan and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, January 22, 2025. The main terminal at the Ocho Rios cruise ship pier is expected to be reopened by the start of the next cruise season in September 2025. In a statement to Parliament yesterday, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness said every effort was being made to ensure this happens to avoid the country losing out on any vessel stops planned for the season. The terminal suffered significant infrastructure damage on February 6 last year when a severe and unusual weather event caused the cruise ship to repeatedly slam against berth 2, which is the main pier. 2 of the 3 breasting dolphins, which is the concrete structure along the pier that supports the load of vessels moored, require complete removal and reconstruction. The rehabilitation work is being done in 2 phases. It commenced in December 2024 with the award of Contract 1, which has a projected end date of May 2025. The Prime Minister says it is estimated that Contract 2 will be awarded by the first week of February and completed in July 2025.
These contracts allow for the total reconstruction of the destroyed breasting dolphin and the enhancement of other existing mooring structures, which were determined to be marginal in capacity given the changes in vessel size since the construction of the facility in the late 1970s.
Prime Minister Holness says the contractor has been made fully aware of the critical timelines and urgency associated with restoring the facility on time.
The selected contractor for both packages is the same, and this will ensure synergies in the procurement and implementation phase. The contractor has been tasked with extending working hours along with other mechanisms such as early procurement of piles and fenders to fast-track the implementation process to achieve or meet the established completion dates.
While the work is underway, vessels originally scheduled to berth at the main terminal have been redirected to the Reynolds Terminal in Ocho Rios, as well as the Falmouth and Montego Bay cruise ship piers. Thus far, Jamaica has not lost any vessels scheduled to dock at the island's berths due to these accommodations, and the Prime Minister says this has somewhat mitigated the impact on the livelihoods of craft vendors, taxi drivers, and other traders. Cabinet has approved the appointment of Professor Dale Webber as the country's first special envoy for climate change, environment, ocean, and blue economy. Minister with responsibility for the environment, Matthew Samuda, made the announcement during yesterday's sitting of the House of Representatives. He says the pioneering role reflects Jamaica's commitment to addressing the global challenges of climate change, environmental degradation, and sustainable development. The special envoy is expected to enhance the country's representation in international negotiations and agreements.
These negotiations are far from mere talk shops. The agreements reached have had and will continue to have profound, far-reaching impact on Jamaica land we love. The increasing demand for high-level participation in not just political negotiations, but also technical meetings, means that for Jamaica to maintain its powerful voice in these spaces, we must increase our capacity to contribute significantly. This announcement today is both a signal and a first step towards this enhanced capacity.
Professor Webber is an esteemed marine biologist, conservationist, and climate change advocate. He will serve as an ambassador in this capacity, reporting directly to the Prime Minister while working closely with the Ministries of Economic Growth and Job Creation and Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade.
We are confident that he will represent Jamaica well in the many climate fora that are convened around the world, and particularly at this time.
According to his terms of reference, Professor Webber's role will include identifying projects or programs that represent sound prospects for advancing Jamaica's economic growth, environmental sustainability, and job creation agenda. He is also tasked with providing specific proposals with supporting documentation that will permit government to assess the feasibility of proposed projects or programs. The government is pursuing legislation to further promote the use of alternative dispute resolution methods such as mediation and arbitration to alleviate the burden on the courts and reduce the number of cases brought before them. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck spoke to the matter as he addressed a recent workshop hosted by the Caribbean Court of Justice at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel. In addition to plans for Mediation Act, he asserts that there should be greater utilization of the existing Arbitration Act, which facilitates the resolution of disputes in areas like international trade and commerce.
I hope before long to put in place a Mediation Act in appropriately under the Singapore Convention on Mediation, and we hope that these two processes can be more utilized. I would hope that our judges, our attorneys, can play a seminal role in making this area of the hemisphere an area that we can not only resolve conflicts, but utilize all the resources to get things decided in a timely manner.
The Singapore Convention on Mediation is a multilateral treaty that offers a uniform and efficient framework for the enforcement and invocation of international settlement agreements on commercial disputes that result from mediation. In the meantime, the Minister of Justice is calling on Jamaicans to desist from resorting to violence and crime as solutions to issues. He made this call during his address at the Custos of Manchester's annual church service held at the First United Pentecostal Church in Mandeville recently.
Mothers and girlfriends and the sisters, you have to tell those boys who are becoming gangsters to cut it out. And those of you who know of the various illegal activities such as scamming, extortion, all the wrongdoings in our country, we individually must acknowledge that we have to bring it to the notice of the police.
The minister is also encouraging law-abiding citizens to work together to reduce the spaces where wrongdoers thrive. And finally, the Ministry of Education is now implementing an Education Management Information System, EMIS, following a soft launch in December. Permanent Secretary Dr. Kassan Troop says the goal is to improve the management of educational data across the island. The system is designed to streamline the tracking of student data, including attendance and behavior.
We're going to be able to track performance in a standardized way in our system to see what is happening. And the assessment policy is being developed to guide the standardized entering of data in our platform.
The Permanent Secretary gave the update during the Education Transformation Oversight Committee, ETOC's recent press conference in St. Andrew. She says the ministry has been proactive in sensitizing schools about the new system. So far, 935 schools, 17,905 teachers, and 492,278 students have been updated on the EMIS platform. Some schools are already in the trial and testing phase.
Our students and teachers won't necessarily be sitting down and marking register with a pen. They will be walking past a device and they will be marked present in our schools.
The full rollout of the Education Management Information System is expected to take place in short order. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Twyla Whelan. Thanks for watching.